Hey, heathens! Okay. Theists. Christians, Muslims, whoever. You gotta side with me on this one. The newest edition of Theists Say the Dumbest Things. But this is more of a Theists Do the Dumbest Things. Okay. I've talked about how religion is comparable to superstition, right? Okay. No Christian denomination is more superstitious in many aspects than the Catholics. Now, I can't really knock Catholics too bad because at least they do accept evolution now. Most of them. There's a few that are still being stubborn, but as far as the Vatican is concerned, evolution's okay. But check this out. This was sent to me by David Randall Curtis, formerly David Kabuki. Kari Luna, a Jewish by heritage and Buddhist by religion. She meditates regularly, but they put their house up for sale in Brooklyn, New York. And this year, offers kept falling through. Miss Luna turned to an unlikely source for help. Saint Joseph. Yeah, Jesus' dad. The Catholic saint has long been believed to help with home-related matters, and according to lore, now spreading on the internet and among desperate home sellers, burying Saint Joseph in the yard of a home for sale promises a prompt bid. After Miss Luna and her husband held 5 open houses, even baking cookies for one of them, she ordered a Saint Joseph real estate kit and buried the 3-inch white statue in her yard. She says, I wasn't sure if it would be disrespectful for me, a Jewish Buddhist, to co-opt this saint for my real estate purposes, says Miss Luna, a writer. She figured, quote, well, could it hurt? Some realtors, too, swear by the practice. A Seattle area realtor, Ardell Della Loggia, I don't know, buried a statue beneath a for sale sign on a property that she thought was overpriced. She didn't tell the owner until after it had sold. She says, he was an atheist, but he thanked me. I'm sure it went something like this. Hey, I hope you don't mind, but I put a St. Joseph statue underneath the for sale sign, and now your house sold. Thanks. Okay, anyway, that's how I imagine it going. But, alright, so get this. Most of these 3 to 4 inch replicas are made in China. China, that's the irony that I love. And often depict St. Joseph as a carpenter. Others have him holding Jesus. Alright, so these statues come in a home sale kit that's priced around $500 and include burial instructions in case you don't know how to dig a hole. One site, and I am not giving them any press, I'll put the link up there if you guys want to go see the article. It'll tell you who they are, but I'm not going to name them here. They do their kits including an additional statue of Saint Jude, who is I am not making this up, patron saint of hopeless causes. Kind of like burying a statue thinking it'll help you sell your house. But anyway, I guess that goes along well with it. All right, to help those with difficult property to sell. Demand for the statues have been growing. This guy here says that about 6 months ago, he had to switch to doing online transactions because of increased calls. From about 2 a week to 25 calls a day was his increase. Another guy says that he's selling about 400 statues a month, which is double what he sold a year ago. So it has doubled in 2 years. Now, I understand that the housing market is in the hole, and I mean in the toilet, deep, dark recesses of the outhouse hole. I understand. But when you resort to burying a statue made in China, okay, gets better. Okay, representing a humble family man, he's patron saint of home, family, and house hunting, according to Reverend James Martin, a Jesuit priest and author of My Life with the Saints, talking about St. Joseph. He makes sure to tell everybody that you're supposed to bury the replica upside down in the yard. Methods of the burying the statue vary. Everything from next to the for sale sign, burying it 3 feet from the rear of the house, burying it next to the front doorway facing away from the homes, which this other guy says that that's basically so that you don't forget to get the statue, so you remember where you put it. Jamie Laura, Associate Professor of Christian Art and Architecture at Yale Divinity School, suggests that it got mixed up with folklore surrounding St. Anthony. St. Anthony, known as a matchmaker, would often be held ransom upside down until he found a husband for someone's daughter. Now, theologians say that there's no official doctrine that calls for the statue's use in this thing here. And some clergy aren't sure how St. Joseph would feel about having his Chinese likeness buried in the ground head first. But Monsignor Andrew Connell says that I think it's much more respectful than burying the poor guy, suggesting that you put the statue somewhere in your house instead. Catholic leaders say that faith and devotion are necessary as well. Of course. That way, whenever it doesn't work, you've got something to fall back on. Oh, you didn't have enough faith or devotion. Alright, you ready for the punchline? Otherwise, the practice amounts to little more than superstition or magic. Yeah, think. Monsignor Connell says, if they have a good result and they think it was St. Joseph, it might inspire them to practice more. The statue should be dug up and put in a place of honor in the new home after the house sells, but not everyone is aware of the follow-up step. I love that. Catholic leaders say that faith and devotion are necessary, otherwise the practice amounts to little more than superstition or magic. I say it pretty much amounts to that no matter what you do.